Okay, so President John Dramani Mahama there. Hello and welcome to Prime Insight. That's a summary of the state of the nation. Do you agree or otherwise? That's why we're here this morning. We call it the Battlegrounds for Ideas. If you're here with us, thanks for joining us. And for those of you watching us home, feel free, because we'll give you the opportunity to send your feedback in. And of course, we'll get to share your opinion with the rest of the world. Then we have our in-studio audience as well, who would also give us their take on the state of the nation, right? Because there are so many aspects of it that the president has spoken about. There's good news also for students who can now go in for some more loans. And the minority believes that the cocoa farmer should matter the most. So which one matters to you the most? Let us know about it. And of course, I'll be finding out shortly from the in-studio guest. But let me tell you about those helping us to do the conversation. Solomon Owusu is Director of Communications for the United Party. Johnson Asidin Ketia says yellow is your color, so the minority should not show the cocoa in Parliament.
Oh, yes, you're right. And they are supposed to come home, but the UP is the universal set.
I see.
All other parties are subsets. So the NPP, they are right. I mean, Asidin Ketia is an experienced politician.
Yeah.
He saw it, he realized that they were promoting the United Party brand. We are grateful to the NPP for extending that only brand to be popularizing our party.
Yeah,
of course, the party of choice.
Okay, that's his way of saying good morning to us. Kamal Dean Abdullah is also the Deputy Director of Communications for the New Patriotic Party. Good morning to you. Good morning. And thank you for joining us. Dr. Samuel Aye is a presidential aide. Thank you for coming this morning. So maybe we should start off with you, Kamal, because you've seen the pictures online. Many wondering why black in the first place and why your MPs chose to protest on a day when the president was there to perform his constitutional duty.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me this morning. Let me say good morning to Solo, good morning to Dr. Sami. I mean, he's doing so well with his boss. No wonder the budget gave them some 78 million to expend. I think they're doing so well. That's fine. I've also decided to join the minority to be in black this morning for your show because of what exactly Ghanaian people have been subjected to.
But this doesn't look like an opposition black hole.
Black is black.
Black
is black. Anyway, like I said, the Ghanaian people have been shortchanged. And let me say good morning to our brothers sitting as our co-panelists here this morning. Members of TESCON are here, members of TAIN, and of course, I'm told some floating voters are also watching us and all that. You guys had 1 million jobs. Are you part of the 1 million jobs? Well, yesterday was a constitutional duty performed by the president, and we all listened to him. He was on his feet, albeit at a point that I don't know what happened. I don't know if you observed when he was talking about roads. All of a sudden, something happened, and the president had to turn. You didn't see
really?
it? You didn't see the camera so well, but of course, I was so critical about it. So I actually want to see that. But of course, by and large, all went well. We, as a party, the New Patriotic Party, and with our representatives in Parliament, also keenly watched the proceedings. Let's not Ghanaians think that this is the first State of the Nation address that we've had. Obviously, they were voted for in December. The president was sworn in on the 7th of January 2025. He's had over 1 year in office as we speak today. And of course, the honeymoon would have been far spent. The reality is supposed to be dawning us or dawning on them right now. But what I heard yesterday was completely what I can describe as a political talk and not the reality on the ground. A political talk once again. The president forgot that the platform was not just meant there for politics. It was to tell Ghanaians what the spirit of Article 67 of the Constitution actually demands of him. Exactly what is on the ground. Exactly what people are faced with. The hiking electricity tariffs, I expected the president to apologize to Ghanaians on it because that was not the promise to us when they had their flagship policy, which they christened the 24-hour economy. Their national chairman told us that electricity bono ebeba form. I said, that was the campaign. the biting electricity bills will come down for you and I to have an enabling environment to see how we roll out the 24-hour economy. So you take part in it. Today, what do we see? Over 30% increment in electricity. The president did not tell us that. What do we see? Small and medium scale enterprises are suffering because of electricity bills. I expected that to have been addressed properly. And the president should have shown remorse on that. Sadly, decided to do all the politics and tell us that, look, he took a reserve from $8.9 billion, and they have been able, through Gold Ball, to build it to 13-some-point billion dollars, and therefore, we have an import cover of 5.7 months, and they had to gloat over it. This is something that we have seen before in this country. If your import cover is hovering between 4 months, 5 months, 3 months, governments upon governments have seen it. So it was not new. Then all these account giving was because there was a buffer built for you. You could have given some credit to the New Patriotic Party government. The president himself said he met 8.9 billion in reserve. That based on that, they built on and they now have an import cover that gives us a resilient economy, in his view. It means that you did not inherit a weak economy.
If you had import cover, why were you doing good for it?
I am saying that the president, in his report yesterday...
No, I'm not talking about the president. I'm asking you about...
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
If you are saying that first of all, he said he inherited an economy that was weak, an economy that was not good, an economy that was actually sick. Okay? That is the interpretation I give to what he said.
Yeah,
then
but you didn't need President Mahama to tell you that what was happening in 2024 was a sick economy.
Oh. Then I'm trying to establish the contradiction here. The man who says he inherited a weak economy, the same person says, I inherited 8.9 billion worth of reserve, and I have developed it to 13-point-something.
Yeah, but come on, how do you
and
translate?
based on that, my import cover has moved to 5-point-something months. And I say that's not new.
How do you translate your reserves into a stronger economy then? It's not all about the reserves.
Are you questioning me or are you questioning the president?
No, I'm questioning.
It's not just
you,
about that.
Because you're
it's
wondering.
Not only that, there are a series of indicators. But of course, your import cover, look, every single...
Okay, so let's talk about the indicators then.
It is based on your reserves.
Inflation, you left
wait a minute. The president spoke about Fitch, spoke about S&P.
Yes.
When they came into power, the first 3 months, we had S&P coming out to say that, look, based on what the previous government did, you were able to get some dollars to push into your system and be able to stabilize your currency. It is clear, it's right. You should watch it. You guys supported it on your business news.
No, but you were contesting the president that the economy was doing well. These rating agencies you're referring to...
If there was no money kept for you to push the money...
economy as a junk economy at the time.
If there was no money...
So you didn't need President Mahama to tell you that.
I'm saying that if there was no money for you to even inject into your system, for the forex market to look good, for your city to stabilize and be strengthened, what would you have done? That is where you would have been clear enough to tell us that I inherited a weak economy. So I wanted him not to be economical with the truth, but rather be fair to us as a people.
How would you describe the economy in 2024?
Well, very good. Like I said,
that was a good economy?
First of all,
2024.
First of all, let us not narrow it to Ghana.
No, I wanted you to. It's a more direct question.
How would I describe the world economy in 2024? How would I describe the world economy?
I'm not interested in the world economy. I'm asking about the Ghanaian economy.
We are not living in an uncephalo society.
Okay.
Neither is Ghana an island alone, standing alone. Ghana works with partners. That's how come we're saying that we build reserves to move out there to be able to get
income. But it's a more direct question, Kamal. How would you describe the economy in 2024?
By 2024, Ghana's economy, by the tail end or last quarter of 2024, Ghana's economy was in recovery.
I'm not asking about recovery. How would
Ghana's economy? That's what I'm saying. By 2024, we made about import cover of close to 3-point-something.
I'm not asking about import covers. I'm asking about the overview of the Ghanaian economy. You are rated junk status. That's where we are.
I am saying when we came to power in 2017, in 2018, in 2019, smiling.
I'm asking about 2024.
You don't cherry pick. You don't
I'm not.
Let's have a discussion. You don't cherry pick.
No, because we're checking facts.
I am saying that.
Checking facts.
And that's the facts I'm also speaking to. All I'm saying are facts.
If you were president today, what would you say about the 2024 economy? That you inherited a good economy?
I will not. You see, I'm saying that the president made reference to. We are discussing this.
How much are you buying fuel?
Wait a minute. He made reference to S&P report. He made reference to Fitch and other,
and all those rating agencies had a C.
And these rating agencies, of course, when we take from January, when he was sworn in on the 7th of January, running to March, some of their reports, S&P for instance, came up with that and said, made reference to what we built through, and based on that, this economy is seeing resilience.
Granted. That's the point what are those rating agencies? What did those rating agencies say in 2024 about the Ghanaian economy?
Obviously, before the tail end of 2024,
I'm not asking about recovery. I'm saying what did they say about the economy? No, so including Ghana.
Of course.
So there's a weak economy in Ghana,
from 2021, 2022, 2023, as a result of the external shocks suffered.
So there was a weak economy in 2024.
Yes, of course.
Oh, the
UK for the first time reported that they had hikes in their inflation. Turkey saw 80-something%. Other countries saw it. And it was a global phenomenon. Of course, based on that, countries or economies had to streamline, put things together to see how they can rebound. And I'm saying by the end of 2024, there was a rebound. And the rebound, of course, metamorphosed into the first quarter of 2025, which the president was talking about. So when you say that I had inherited a weak economy, obviously, knowing it's a going concern, no economist will tell you that, look, what you are saying is completely true. You understand? That's the point I'm making.
Okay. Do you believe in the economic philosophy that if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you?
You see, interesting.
That's a very familiar line.
That's a very interesting propagandist question you have asked. And it could be answered well.
Come on.
No, it's a very good propagandist question. Of course, I haven't let you know that. You see, it's a very good propagandist question. But I'm saying that, of course, exchange rate forms part of the economy as well. So if you want me to say I believe in it, I quite believe in it.
Oh, you believe in it?
Of course
I believe. So you believe in propaganda?
I believe in it.
You believe in propaganda?
I believe in it. I am saying that if you ask a propagandist question and you expect a propagandist answer, of course, let us all do propaganda. And the world believe in propaganda and move on. That's the point.
So you believe in propaganda now? That what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was saying sometimes.
If you are drawing the discourse to propagandists...
No, but I have to ask you. I'm just finding out if you believe in it, because that was the message.
If you allow me to flow, if you allow me to make my submission, and then move on, and then stay put to what the Sona address gave us yesterday, I'll be more than glad. I'll be more than glad.
So the exchange rate is no longer something that matters to the economy?
I didn't say it's no longer.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you about the principle.
I am saying that the principle is what? If fundamentals are weak,
it was from a renowned economist, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, your flag bearer now. Are you running away from
so much associate myself to that comment.
But
that comment was made to describe an instant, a circumstance that we found ourselves in.
It's no longer propaganda?
Of course. And like I told you again, economy or building an economy is a going concern. You may have exchange rate exposing you today. You may have exchange rate tomorrow exonerating you again. Okay? And then you may have your indicators like the GDP growth exposing you today. You may have GDP growth exonerating you tomorrow. You may have also your, if you like, per capita income exposing you today. And you may also equally have it exonerating you tomorrow. So it depends on the circumstance you find yourself.
Okay,
if you want us to go back, to do whatever propaganda that you intend for us to do this morning, of course, I will have to go with you. And then we'll do the propaganda.
Is this propaganda?
It's okay. No, it is. Don't worry. Come on, we're communicating, we're talking. I mean, you will understand.
But, okay, let me hear you.
Yes. Oh, really?
Oh, no,
is that what you have done?
Because
you have...
I'm not doing propaganda. I'm just repeating the words of your leader. And you say it's propaganda. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was doing propaganda in 2016?
I am saying that I didn't say he was doing propaganda. I said if you want...
So is it the principle that's doing propaganda or you... Because you believe in it, isn't
it? Anyway, but you see, let me say this before Sami comes in. To be fair, to this program.
Yes.
The subject matter before us has to do with the presentation of the president which talks about the state of the nation.
Kamala,
With all respect,
Forex is not
with all respect, please. We needed to dissect it. And that's exactly what you have even kept on your page.
Yeah.
Dissect what we had. And of course, give the, if you like, the do's and don'ts that we think it carries.
Not
give the advantages and disadvantages that we think it carries.
Not exchange
so clearly, when I started my submission, you should have listened to me properly. I have not even made strong points of what he has actually unearthed. I started off and then you have decided to inundate me with questions, that at the end of the day, exposing certain stands of propaganda coming from you.
Okay, let me tell you. So let me tell you why I was asking the question. Did you hear President Mahama say that they've not arrested the cedi and that the dollar, the US dollar, and that all they did was to empower the cedi to put up a good fight against other currencies?
Sarcastic as he appeared to me yesterday, very sarcastic as it were.
Yes.
And quite, you know,
did you hear that?
Quite political as he appeared to me.
Did you hear that?
But it was to say that they had fought for the stability of the city.
Yes.
And
so if I am asking you that if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you, how is that not part of the State of the Nation address?
The exchange rate that they have been able to tame, which is a credit I should give to them, was as a result of you having a buffer, which buffer you base on, pick money out of it, pump the dollars into the system and strengthen your city.
So if you had a buffer, how come
that buffer was created by the ex-while government?
So if you had a buffer, why was your exchange rate moving all the way to 16 if we're going by the same analysis?
Why? We voted, the elections went on in December. Of course, if you follow the exchange rate even in 2024, at the point we got to a level where it was so high, by the time we left office, it came down to somewhere hovering around 14, thereabout, okay, which we handed over. Now, hovering around 14, that's why I told you there is some trend of it growing, or it's moving. Now, if it was around 14, and then you came in and decided, okay, this government, before they left some money there. We picked some $1.something billion. Let's push it because there's no dollar in the system. And then we're able to get the cedi to appreciate. Whose credit also do you give to? You give to the ex-while government as well. Because if they hadn't left that buffer there, you would not have done that. That's what the SNP
So President Mahama is doing well. President Mahama is doing well, except that he's failing to acknowledge the NPP. If I get a summary of
obviously, as we speak, the economic indicators that we have in this country don't look bad. Currently, as we speak, at all.
All right.
If we were to go by what is on paper now, the economic indicators don't look bad.
On paper.
There are two things. The reality on the ground, which I told you, what was biting was the electricity and other things. Okay? Now, if you're facing that reality, it's different. If you're looking at what is on paper, it's also equally different.
Okay, I'll come to you. I'll give you the time. We'll talk about cocoa as well shortly. Yes, Sami. So you've heard it. Come on.
Sitting in an air-conditioned room and still sweating.
Very surprised.
Oh, okay. I'm just noticing that.
and we can spend the whole year here. He will run in circles. We will not be able to explain away why his government was a failure. And so we'll be wasting our time listening to him. You see, the NPP should decide and tell us exactly what their position is on the state of the economy. In one breath, they say that they left us buffers, strategic buffers, where this government has, been able to propagate every gain that we are seeing here. In another breath, they blame the government for increasing ECG prices. So when it suits them, it is they that did the buffers. When it's against the NDC, it is certainly the NDC that is in charge of whatever that is going on. But you see, propaganda is still propaganda. You will definitely get exposed. You spent 8 years building a buffer of $8.98 billion. A new government comes in 1 year, they add 5.5 billion Ghana cedis. You spent 8 years to build only 8.9. A new government has spent 1 year to add 5.5. And you come and sit on TV and you think that it's your buffer that has made sure that we currently have a stable economy. If your buffers were enough, would we have experienced the exchange rate that we saw? So the questions you ask him completely expose the propaganda and falsehood of the NPP. And we will not waste our time with them. You see? And let me expose his propaganda on the ECG price. Look, they claim that in 2 years we have done an ECG increment of about 30%. First of all, it's not even up to 30%.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Looking at the PRC figure.
Yes, let me tell you for a fact that in first quarter of 2023, when they were in government,
Yes.
first quarter, they increased ECG bills by 29.96%. And this is PRC data.
You're going, okay, yes, sure.
29.96%. In the second quarter, they increased it by 18.36%. In the third quarter, they increased it by 4.2%.
Okay.
In the fourth quarter, they increased it by 1.52%. When you do the calculation, it was about 52% in only 2023. You increase electricity bills by 52% in 1 year. Then you come and criticize another government. That
Yeah, but what's your rate now? Because if you're looking at your rate,
we are doing just about 25 to 27%.
so you are almost at that.
The point I'm making is that
In the first year.
The point I'm making is that.
Yeah.
You cannot do 52% and come and criticize.
Yeah, but why would you justify this?
The point I'm making is that they actually, there's no doubt that the impact is on Ghana.
Yes,
and let me tell you for a fact, Domama is not a leader who would really put pain or inflict pain on the people. This is the president that came and cancelled e-levy, came and cancelled Benson tax, came and cancelled emission tax, came and reduced VAT effective rate from 22% to 20%, did a whole VAT reform to make sure that there is his government relieves pressure on the business.
So if he's able to do
the
all
point
of that and not
they
able
actually
to reduce,
hold on.
You know,
They actually went into an agreement of IMF on 3rd of December 2024 for the IMF to do a quarterly tariff increases with the IMF. And it was binding on the new government. In fact, they told us that by September 2025, there should be a major tariff increases. You enter into an agreement with your government, between you and the IMF, to make sure that the new government suffers this agreement. Then you turn around and come and sit on a platform and criticize the government for implementing the policy that your government inflicted on the new government. It is the height of hypocrisy, and it is the height of double standard that I have seen as a person.
But you can't take away the facts that the utility prices are almost at.
There is no doubt. I'm saying that President Mahama made the point that until we have been able to leave the IMF program, some of these things will happen. And that when we are done, he is the president that has a track record of relieving all these pressures from the people of Ghana. So he will put in place measures to reduce all these things. So there is no doubt about it. You see, the president's presentation yesterday is reflective of the true state of a nation that is bouncing back from 8 solid years of misgovernance.
Why is the president telling us that? Yeah, I get that. No. But why is the president telling us that we're on a runway? Yes. Many would have thought that by now, the economy would have taken off.
Oh, you know that as we speak, the economy has stabilized per all the indicators. There is no doubt about it. It is time for us to change the stability or move from stability to economic growth and transformation. That is.
Are you sure everything is stable?
Everything. You
look at the cocoa issue, for instance. They are bringing.
I can take you to the figures. Look, policy rate alone, when we came, it was 28%.
Yes.
Banks were doing about 35 to 40% of interest rates. There is no serious country that will have such an interest rate and expect businesses to thrive. We have reduced it drastically from 28% to 15.5%. Inflation rate, 23.8%. We are doing 3.8%. Primary balance, they did a primary balance of negative 3.25. Abysmal. Today, we are doing about 2.6% after a target of 1.5%. Budget deficit, they did about 7.9. Today, we are doing about 3.1. Look, import cover 4 months, we are doing about 5.7. We have increased our GDP from 83 billion to $113 billion.
But that's where Kamal says look, if you look at the reserves, what they were building, if you add the 8 to the 5, you would have gone up significantly.
I've done the calculation to you that you spent 8 years to build 8.89 billion. A new government comes and he has added 5.5, and you sit on a corner and say that it is because of the buffers you built.
But you're adding the 5 to the 8.
I'm saying that the point I'm making is that they cannot say why when they came to government
was there an empty chest?
Well, exactly, there were buffers there. So the argument is completely disjointed.
So that makes the point again too. That if you add the 5 to the 8, you'll be in a better economic position.
Before they came, we have submitted a bill to Parliament where we have named it Ghana reserve accumulation program. We want to do about 15 months of import cover. You understand? So that we can increase our reserves, hold our currency, the currency that they couldn't hold. And they were doing a whole lot of propaganda and they were all the place about it. You understand the point? And these things have translated into serious reality and benefits for the people of Ghana. Before he came here this morning, he bought fuel at 10.5 to 10.9.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, he bought it.
Unless
he said that he used
petrol. Is it true?
Unless he says that he used
Come on, is it true?
He has a beautiful car.
You are inviting me.
I'm just asking if you bought. He says you bought fuel at 10 cities today.
Before I came in, I actually.
Oh, it's my time. It's my time.
I thought you were inviting me.
No. I'm just asking a simple.
I'm not inviting. It was a rhetorical question. The point is that you cannot leave your.
But this is a simple yes or no answer. You didn't buy.
You will not be able to answer. You go in
I didn't buy fuel.
You waste my time.
He didn't buy fuel.
I said he works here. He wants to tell me that he worked from his house to this place. That's how propaganda. That's where propaganda can take you. You left your house, bought fuel at 10.9. When your government was in power, you were buying it at 16 Ghana cedis. At the point, it was 23 Ghana cedis per liter. But you come and sit here and say that there is no reality. What kind of propaganda is this? Today, we have seen major retail centers issue statements that because of the gains we have made in our economy, they are reducing prices. I can mention to J.A. Binding Company, Okadeco, Electromat, even Abosokai spare parts dealers. They told us that they were selling some engines at 15,000 today because of the exchange rate. They are doing about 10,000 Ghana cedis. You see, we are not allowed to exaggerate outcomes of government policies because they are mundane. But the point is that when the reality is there, you must be candid enough to make the point. Today, iron rods that used to sell about 9,000 Ghana cedis per ton, you go to places, you get it at 7,000. Cement that was doing about 125 Ghana cedis. Today, you get to a place, you get about 100 Ghana cedis. The point I'm making is that we are not where we are supposed to be.
Okay.
But we must all be candid and we must not feign ignorance of these small improvements. So I must make the point to you that all these things have been possible because of decisive leadership, because of disciplined financial management and bold strategies that have stabilized the economy and laid a solid foundation for growth and prosperity. So it didn't happen by chance, like the NPP wants everyone in this country.
I get that.
It was by chance.
Yeah,
they would have been able to do it.
That's a good story you're telling.
Yes.
We'll come for another.
And see, I can even take you to sector by sector.
No, we'll do that. We have some time.
I know we have some time.
Yes, we'll do that.
But it must be made clear that on the economy alone, President Mahama has performed creditably.
That's on the economy.
And we'll do more.
In fact, even with the economy, there's the cocoa aspect I was raising. But let me...
We'll get there.
Then we'll dig into that. So Lokama didn't drive here. He took a walk. So the fuel is...
I said I didn't buy fuel, but I didn't say I didn't drive.
So you already had fuel in the car?
No.
You had bought plenty because...
you have a car card.
You asked whether I bought fuel.
He had bought plenty because... You see, he had bought plenty because it was cheap.
I didn't drive here. It's mischievous.
Come on. So how did you get there?
No, I drove here, obviously.
So you have bought plenty
of fuel on my way here.
Okay.
I did not buy fuel on my way here.
He was hedging. Bless you. He was hedging. He was
buying a lot.
Listen.
Yeah.
NPP, I am more dodo. That's all that I can say. Because I listened to my brother Kama. We are all in opposition. But you see, your life can be very comfortable in opposition when you confront the reality. You give them their due when it's due them, and you criticize constructively, and you will be fine. As for the politics, we will do it in 2028. And I have set time with that number that the United Party will beat the NDC with superior policies. We don't need to be doing Jannam. It's a party that has come. They are yet to even have their first Auditor General's report, where a lot of the expenditure at the various SOEs and then ministries will be exposed. I don't want to move ahead of them or move ahead of myself. I have time and patience. So I keep saying that their first year, in terms of their economic indicators, NDC and John Mahama for that matter, has been phenomenal. We have to face it. When you say it this way, it doesn't hurt. Because the fact speaks for itself. A president that took over a debt position of 61.8 and reducing it to 45.3. How would I come here and say that it hasn't done well? Then I will be coming from Cosmokaya. Because I lived in the 8 years under the Eswal administration, Nana Akufo-Addo administration. I saw what happened. In fact, in 2022, and we did an inflation of 54.1%. You were in this country. You reported on it. Kama was in this country. He had to defend the indefensible in those days. Today, I mean, they ended it at 23.8% as of December. Today, inflation is 3.8%. Why would I sit here and say that they haven't done well? Then I'm not being truthful. Then I am elevating politics to a joke. You get my point. The external position, reserve position that we are talking about, 8.9 in 8 years. If we are going to do extrapolation, it is now 13.8. So it means they have added 4.9 to it. If you are doing extrapolation for the next 8 years, that all things being equal, they will be adding up. They will be doing like 39.2 billion in 8 years. So clearly, it's a day and night. And the person that is leading the country, interestingly, is not an economist. John Mahama is not an economist. We have been told that he's only a mere communicator, which I agree. Mind you, the vice president, the woman, is also what? Not an economist. And as she is into this literature, if literature people are giving us these indicators, then we must begin to question some of the degrees in economics, especially those from outside that are coming into this country. Are you with me?
I'm with you, except to say I don't get the connect. Are you saying that you ought to be an economist before you can properly manage?
That's why we were told. You remember the various lectures. And I attended some at Valley View University. I did economics myself at the secondary university levels. And everybody knows fundamental economics. There's a correlation between interest rate, inflation, and the exchange rate. That's where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia told us, exchange rate. You listen to that. So those that are not economists are not supposed to be performing like this. But if this is their scorecard, then it's a good thing.
Have you not listened to the factor of external shock?
No, they should stop that. The last time I asked Awad this, it turned into an insult. I don't want to repeat it.
Oh, but you can ask Kama.
If I ask Kama, you asked a simple question that does the exchange rate play any role? He said you were doing propaganda. How could you have done propaganda? And I was surprised. But I don't blame him because he cannot be taking the flag for someone's utterances. He did not make that statement. You understand? That when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose. It's true then, it's true now. Except that his flag bearer now said, but it's warped logic. To then conclude, I didn't know what he was trying to say. If you watch the video, you saw Professor Jambafo, he couldn't hold himself. Say, how can you reduce this policy? That's why he had to hold himself like tight. Because if he had laughed, people would have known that the man was only lying to the people of this country.
So this is all about Dr. Bawumia for you?
No, they have given more the credit. Didn't you hear Federal yesterday say that we must give credit where it's due?
Yes.
That the gold for reserve, though he deliberately left out the gold for oil, which was just chop. And this government must be serious in going into that matter. Because if they go into what they would discover, will be mind-blowing. That people actually set up a policy to just loot from this country. So I am dissecting what the indicator they have given to us is a good thing. They have done well. This administration has done well in terms of the way they have stabilized from inflation point of view, from exchange. Can you imagine, for the first time, we are doing treasury bill rate of 6.4. People don't understand what it means. Now, what government, the indication government is giving is that it does not have appetite to borrow. So the banks that are doing lazy banking in this country, now you have to go out there and fish out for businesses and give them the loans. Because if the treasury bill rate is very good, what it means is that people will be giving their money to government. Now, if it is 6.4, it is not attractive anymore. Between you giving loan, now the policy rate is what, 15.5? Is that not the case? So if I went to bank to go and borrow, it is policy rate plus the risk profile. a bank will profile you that you have a risk of about 6 or 7%. So really, you'll be doing about 22% as a lending rate. Between you going to buy government treasury bill at 6.4 and you giving a loan to a business at 22%, no rational human being, which one would you do? So you would pump more money into the private sector. And this is where the Bank of Ghana must begin to look at its policy position. That you see, the money is available, but when a young man went to bank today to go and borrow, the first thing they will ask is, do you have a collateral? Someone that just finished university, how is he going to get a landed property for you? So we would have said in our great transformation plan that we were going to cause commercial banks to dedicate 10% of their profits as given to private sector to grow without any collateral. And that one, the guarantee will be coming from the Bank of Ghana, from their profit. I believe that this is where, as a country, we must begin to cause the government to be implementing some of these policies to reflect the truth as it is happening.
How about credits? Giving some small credits?
No, they have to.
Yeah, Kamal has an issue is that, just give some small credits to the NPP as well.
NPP. I should give credit to the NPP.
You just heard him.
He didn't even believe in the statement he made. That we should get up and give credit. Nana Akufo-Addo himself knew that he did not deserve any credit. That's why he did not attend the State of the Nation.
The Speaker.
How would he have felt? How would he have felt being given this raw data that Nana Akufo-Addo left an inflation of 23.8%, and someone within a year reducing it to 3.8%? He knew it. He saw it. He has intelligence. He knew what was going to be read in Parliament. So, in order to save my face, I will not even attend. How was he going to be comfortable sitting there and being told that only this January, the debt that he piled, the finance minister paid $709 million out of it? And you ask yourself, what did we use these monies for? Look, yesterday the president said something, and the roads minister has said it before, that they committed the government for road projects to the tune of about 104 billion, when they knew very well that they didn't have money to execute these projects. So how do you expect them to give you a credit for that? You say we'll come to the cocoa politics. You see, opposition is a marathon. So you have to take your time. Early part of January 2025, remember when our brothers started doing the dollar politics? Oh, Mama has come again. The dollar is... I told them that, why are you in a rush? They started stabilizing it, and they quickly ran away from that. Somewhere along the line, there was doomsday. If you remember, early part of 2025, it started coming in. Yeah, Mama doomsday has come. Then they introduced a 1 cedi on fuel.
Yes, the levy. Yeah.
And the thing went, now they are mute. Then they had some twinkle little stars, who are the communicators, who have taken Kamal's job.
Whose job?
Go round, they go by water treatment plants, various river bodies, and say, oh, the color of the water has not changed. You see, this game, you must always be strategic. I have said time with that number. The UP is so strategic. We know what we are doing very well. We didn't say it. We told, but so if tomorrow the color of the water becomes crystal clear, what would you say? This government has started introducing what you call ionic nano. You see, the NPP is crying. But then they know if they go and apply the chemicals and the water is clear, then they will play back your story to you. The same thing with the cocoa.
Okay, we'll come to the cocoa, Solo. We'll come to the cocoa. In fact, that's where we are moving to. But let me just pick the thoughts of some of our in-studio guests. Jata is here this morning. Jata, are you a happier man, or is it the case that you still have some concerns?
Jata doesn't have a job. How is he going to be happy?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Listen, and I think for the first time in 8 years, Ghanaians have been properly addressed by the president.
Probably you have to check your the microphone. Yeah, maybe a bit closer to you so we can hear the points you're sharing. Yes. Yeah, let's go on. Yeah.
Listen, thank you very much, Listen. I think for the first time in 8 years, Ghanaians have been properly addressed in truth because the state of the nation that address that has been given by the president does reflect the reality of Ghanaians. And Mr. Kamal can blame witness given the fact that he used to buy fuel for about around 23 cities, and now he's buying it around 10 Ghana cities. And I must say that so far, the gains that have been achieved if they are sustained. Ghana risks becoming a single-party system because Ghanaians will not have any choice.
That will never happen. That will never happen under our nose and watch.
But,
Yeah, just go ahead.
but there is one more thing that I would want to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
There is one more thing that I would want to say. It has to do with the concern about the 1 million jobs that the president said he has created. I noticed that the NPP were trying to play a little bit of mischief with that statement. But one thing they do not know is that I did a bit of economics, and I did a bit of economics, and I learned that in Ghana here, our economy is heavily informal, which means that about 70% of the economy is in the informal sector. And the informal sector comprises of, we have the agricultural workers, we have the petty traders, small-scale enterprises, and even self-employed people. So if we reduce the conversation to just the formal sector, we are going to get it wrong. And do you know that within the first and third quarter of 2025, there is a data from the Ghana Statistical Service which said that about 950,000 people have escaped multidimensional poverty. Manna doesn't fall from heaven, and the government does not feed people for free. So what accounts for that 950,000 people that have been alleviated from poverty? It only points down to one thing, that when the economic activity boosts or when the economy is buoyant, large numbers of people move into some form of work. And people can only alleviate from poverty by working, right? If you are going to bear me witness and agree with me. So this is true statistically, and this is fact. And I think the life of the average Ghanaian is better off as compared to previous years. I said it last week.
How about jobs?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That even though I am not a part of the 1 million figure, I will continue to clap for others until it gets to my 10. The fact that I'm not part does not mean it is not true. It is true. People are still giving it. The National Apprenticeship Program has been able to absorb about 10,000 people. The NEIP program, which was allocated to about 400 million Ghana cedis, has the potential of creating opportunities for startups, and those startups can employ about 10 people. When we talk about the Ejumawura program, which also has over 100,000 people that it has been absorbed there. So the interventions by the government is helping people. Okay. And the dice is still rolling. It will soon get to my 10. And when it gets to my 10, Kamal will not have anything.
That's why Kamal was asking you the question earlier about the one job. Your colleague beside you,
thank you and good morning to you and your viewers. We need to be frank with ourselves and then let Ghanaians know that the economy is in good condition, and we should not allow anybody with any nepotistic attitude and propagandalists to overshine the good work of the president. We took over an economy which was in an ICU, and then through the hard work, ICU, an economy which was not doing well, and through the hard work of the president and his ministers, we have been able to reduce inflation. We have been able to reduce debt, which was high, and now the president is doing quite well, and my brothers are not appreciating the good work. I think you appreciated one where you indicated that the economic indicators are not bad. That is good of you, and I think you need to inform your other communicators to also follow same, because this is
other NPP communicators.
Yes, the NPP communicators, they should applaud the government because he is doing a good work, and we don't need to be making utterances that are not helping us. We need to be fair with ourselves that the economy is recovering, and the president, in collaboration with his ministers, have been able to do exceedingly well in managing the economy. So we shouldn't allow comments that are not appropriate.
So you feel the facts should be laid bare, that's all?
Yes, but the president have done well in general. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Would you want to have your take now?
Yeah, so I'll also recommend the government for such a great work he's doing, especially when it comes to education. I think I am much touched with the policies the government is putting in place when it comes to the no fee stress, when it comes to the...
Do you receive... Okay, you're not...
Yeah, yes. When it comes to the no fee stress, also when it comes to the student loan trust fund they are coming to give to law students. When it comes to stable food supply, basic education, that is building of schools, robotics, coding and AI. I should say it is one of the best initiatives that we as students are going to enjoy from the government, and we are also enjoying from the government. I struggled a lot in level 100 in paying my school fees. So
I was going to ask if you received the money too.
No, actually, it was implemented, So for me to see the government implementing a policy that will free the stress on students, I think it is the best thing we should applaud for.